And good morning, Northwest Florida. I'm Nick Tomecek at the Northwest Florida Daily News. Here in the newsroom, I want to give you some updates on now 3 storms in the Atlantic or Gulf of Mexico. Excuse me. Hurricane Irma is still a Category 5. The storm has weakened just a bit, but is still a Cat 5. And I'm going to read a couple of things that our editor Bob Heiss posted on our website this morning and get you guys up to date on what's going on. The storm has not changed its projected path that much. It is still expected to eventually hit Florida and a major portion of the peninsula of Florida and head up the East Coast. Here in Northwest Florida as a Category 5, we will likely see some effects from this storm. Local officials are still having meetings and assessing the storm. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Karen. All right, thanks for joining me this morning. Hope you guys have your morning cup of joe and are ready to go to work here. I'll give you some hurricane updates. It still has Irma still has winds of 180 miles an hour, and like I said, it's still a Category 5, so it has weakened slightly from 185 to 180. Irma has left at least 10 people dead in the Caribbean and thousands homeless across that area, according to reports this morning. In a 5 a.m. report from the National Hurricane Center, Irma was positioned about 95 miles north of Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic and 210 miles east-southeast of Grand Turk Island. Its central pressure is 921 millibars, so a strong storm, and is currently moving west-northwest at around 17 miles per hour, according to the Hurricane Center. So it will likely head north. Hey, I need those lights too, that lighting stuff. All right. It will likely head north towards Florida this weekend, and though the exact path is still in question, is still a ways off, I know projections still have it heading up that cone of uncertainty. I'm not sure if I like that term from the Weather Channel, but the cone of uncertainty still has it heading up peninsula of Florida. Locally here in Freeport, many of you know the Aliqua Animal Refuge. They are evacuating all of their animals, 300 plus animals. They started yesterday, and the smaller animals, they are spreading out into, like the domestic cats, dogs, they're spreading out to foster homes around Freeport. And the larger animals, they're moving out today, and they're going to have shelters in Paxton and Cottondale for the horses, donkeys, that sort of thing. And I'm looking at the comments, you guys. So agencies across the Panhandle are also having meetings to assess the storm. Tolls are still lifted all over Florida, so the Mid-Bay Bridge, the tolls are gone. The Joe's Bayou boat ramps have also been waived in Destin until the threat of the storm is over. They want people to get their boats out of the water so we don't have any sunken boats or anything to deal with later. I will say, my experience in scouting, what's our number one motto? It's be prepared. So even if this storm, we don't get bless you, Heather, even if this storm doesn't directly hit us, we may still see some impact from it. And be prepared, have a plan, and make sure you guys have enough water. And my mom sent me a text this morning. She lives in Kentucky. She's worried about her son and her grandkid. And her pointer for her hurricane box was, we get a lot of canned goods in our hurricane boxes. Make sure you have a can opener, which is handy. And I would also say make sure you have a utensil to eat that. So. Either make sure you have a can opener. I'll put that plug in there for my mom. We do have other storms out there, Jose and Katia. And for Jose, according to a 7 a.m. report from the National Hurricane Center, Jose begins on Thursday with maximum sustained winds of 90 miles per hour. The storm is currently 850 miles east of the Lesser Antilles, still a ways off. I think we should worry about one storm at a time. So Irma is on our minds right now. However, Jose is still out there. It's moving west-northwest at around 18 miles per hour. So obviously we'll be watching that storm as that gets closer. Katia, the third storm, is actually in the Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane Katia only slightly moved overnight in the southwest Gulf of Mexico and is currently positioned 210 miles east of Tampico, Mexico, and 195 miles northeast of Veracruz, Mexico. We don't still, the school districts are assessing things. They haven't issued anything yet as far as school closures or anything like that. As soon as we know, we'll let you guys know, and I'm sure the school districts will be letting folks know what's going on as far as any closures or anything like that. Do I believe we'll be safe in the Panhandle? It's hard to say. You know, these storms, I tell my 4-year-old son, nature doesn't care. So, I mean, you never know what nature's going to do to us here, but if I believe we could prepare as much as we can, and we can try to be safe and not do anything stupid. Right now, I don't know if you guys are waking up. We have really cool weather. Fall might be moving in here soon, I hope, so we're not dealing with the heat for much longer. But I would say be prepared, and there's no way to say what a storm may or may not do. It's just wait and see, watch what will happen, be prepared, and have a plan for your family. So that's just about all I have for you guys. Feel free to keep commenting in the comment section on this feed and on our Facebook page. And if you go to our website, the paywall has been lifted, so you won't have to pay for a subscription. We want to make sure you guys are well informed as these storms are moving around and that water out there. And go check out some of our videos as well on our site. I've attached them to a lot of our stories. There's a really cool video by Destin.com, Savannah Vasquez, shot by Jenny McKee on here, and it shows you how to charge your cell phone by using the spring of your pen and a 9-volt battery. It was pretty slick, and it's been trending around on social media the past few days. So make sure you check out all that information. We have lots and lots of information on our website, so make sure you check back there. And thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time.